I started cutting this one a little different than the last cabinet. I think this is gonna turn out really cool. I made some marks on here. I'm basically gonna use a chainsaw to create boards. So I have like my boards marked. I have my boards marked where I want to cut my boards out, and the door frame. But anyway, with this one, I cut the top off, so the top's gonna pretty much stay like this, except for my cut here. I have to cut the back off. So really I need to put the other bottom on so I can cut these back, or this back cut at least, because I have to have a flat surface for it to sit as a chest. Also, it can sit up like this as a cabinet. Now I'm starting to think out loud because I'm planning all of these cuts, but that door is going to stay big. Just going to go over that because the bottom isn't on this, but I need to probably just make those cuts last. Yeah, I ain't even going to mess with the top and bottom yet. There's the door. So how to cut the door for the hinges. I'm going to do that later. Alright, I'm just going to start cutting this thing. I'm just going with it. I'm going to cut this whole block out right here. Turn these into boards. Cut the back off. And I think I'm going to do a lot of these cuts at the same time. got my parts stacked here. Dude, I'm excited about this. This was 0 plunge cutting, which is amazing. I literally just cut out a box out of that log with a chainsaw. Here's the top and bottom. Dude, let's assemble this thing. Or try to anyway. See if any of these parts will stand up. Oh yeah, they're pretty fat. They might stand up. X and X. Yeah. I'm starting to get it. I'm starting to get it. Something like that. Guess I need to put my top on to hold that in place. Door. Oh my gosh, that's so cool. Just a few adjustments, but dang, that is so cool. That looks pretty cool, I think. That's the door on the front, the door frame parts. I just literally built awesome log cabinet, but this is also going to be multifunctional, just like the last one. It's also going to be a chest. I just have to cut these round parts off in the back to make the whole bottom and back flat. This is sweet, and the sides are going to stay just like that. They're going to stick out on the bottom and top. And then you got your door. How sweet is that? Now I gotta assemble it, and I need some hinges for this freaking thing. I think the way I'm gonna assemble this is kind of run a 4-inch screw kind of at an angle and hopefully hit some meat on this side, and I'll feel it pull together tight. I have to assemble this whole thing first. I have to assemble it, and then I should be able to remove screws as I need to, add glue, do whatever. We're just creating a piece of furniture that we can work on. This all together that ain't gonna collapse. So let's see if we can. I think this will work. Oh, I need a washer. we made a landing. Now we got to do that over here. Try that a couple more times. There should be some wood in there. Oh yeah, that tightened up. Sweet. Oh yeah, we grabbed it. Oh yeah. We grabbing. And I got the back corners with some screws in them. I got to work on that a little bit, but I also screwed the top down. So now I'm going to cut the back and the bottom off this thing. I should have waited until I flipped it over. I'm flipping this thing over anyway, but I need two pieces here. Oh yeah. Oh, that one's got so much sap on it. I'm putting some big heavy duty screws in this thing. Make sure it's held together good, nice and solid. And once we come back and put some glue on it, it'll be crazy solid. Oh shit, I did that. Alright, let's fix that. Dang it. We got ourselves a sweet cabinet. Now, let's try to work out the back. Or the door, the top of the door, I mean. Oh yeah. Oh, that is gonna be so pretty. I think I want this side to have my hinge over here. That's the top, this is the bottom actually. So I think I'm gonna flip this over to do the door. Or actually, I'm gonna lay it on its back to do the lid. And then it'll be a door. I think that's a better idea. Check this thing out. I hadn't finished the lid yet. I gotta create my hinge. My hinge idea is to actually turn this back piece into my hinge. So I have a lot of sanding I need to do before I can actually make my hinge work, because it's got to be really smooth to be able to roll in there. But I think that would be really cool. Then this part here will be attached to the lid. That'll be a part of the lid also. That is too cool. Side looks like. I gotta trim this part, this lid. The lid's a little too long. Dang, man. Then the back where the hinges are gonna be. Or no. I think I might just add hinges in here. I was thinking about running a screw in here and sanding this real good and turning it into a hinge. I gotta think on that a little bit. I've came a long way today with this idea. 0 bore cutting. I did not do 1 bore cut. Man. And the way it's gonna open, you can also have a cabinet. I gotta fix my screws. I went a little too far out on this side. The other side I hit them all right. This side I have to pull them screws out and redo those. But dang, this was such a great idea. I gotta do more of these. Or I could do a top lid where it's more like a barrel. That would be pretty cool too. I'm definitely doing more of these where I'm actually cutting pieces of wood out of the log and turning it into basically a cabinet puzzle. Heck yeah. Someone else could assemble this for themselves. So, dang right. Dang right. I really like the way that looks. That looks pretty cool. And once I round off some edges and sand them real nice, I mean, it's gonna be just insane. Nice, thick, heavy. Pine. Chest cabinet.